Welcome to the new sound of online radio. Welcome to the sound of Universal Broadcasting Network. 'Cause you make me feel like I've been locked out of heaven. A mix of today's hits and hard-to-find favorites, combined with the most entertaining and intriguing talk anywhere. This is your sound. This is the sound of Universal Broadcasting Network at UBNradio.com.
Today, everyone is a product and everyone needs marketing to succeed. So let's talk about it right now on Marketing Unfiltered with award-winning creative expert Wendi Cooper and her co-host John Hamilton.
We are in studio. Hey, Wendi.
Wait, I can't. Tony, I can't hear myself.
Can you hear
John,
me?
you hate my new introduction. You hate it. You
When
don't like
did I
that
say
fun little
that?
like. Oh.
I really
Here
like
we
it.
go.
That's the first time I've heard my name with such enthusiasm, so I like it.
Okay, can you take the handle for a minute? I have to take these earrings off.
Yes,
They're
of
killing
course,
me.
of course. Thank everybody. Welcome to C-Spot Talk Radio. We're back here this lovely Tuesday evening with Wendi, and we finally have our lovely segment producer back with us, but she's off camera today, so she'll just be doing a lot of pointing and this and that while we're trying to talk. And don't mind Wendy's moaning in the background there. I don't know.
I'm so sorry. I put on these new earrings tonight, and I can't wear them with headphones, and they're killing me. So sorry. And I'm sweating because I'm worried about like my guest wondering where is she? Where is she? We tuned in
It's
for
okay.
the most creative person
So
in the
just
world.
huffing and puffing in the microphone lets
And I'm
everyone
like,
know you're there.
Thank you.
Well, I want to welcome everyone to our show this evening called Sundance Oscars Oh My.
Is that what I called it?
That is
Sundance
what you called it.
Oscars,
Yeah,
oh my.
so I'm going with it.
Better than last week's with Man with Handles. So John, welcome back.
Thanks.
You weren't here last week.
I wasn't, yeah.
John is only here every other week, as every other Tuesday.
Unfortunately for all of our listeners, every other Tuesday is all I'm here. Yeah. It's a shame. It's sad.
Are you being serious right now? We want you here every 2 weeks. I mean, every 3 weeks. I mean, every 4 weeks. That's like me doing this thing growing up. I have 4 brothers, and I still do it. It's like
You did it. Yeah, you do.
I list them all, and then
Wyatt, Chance. I mean, my husband. Let's go.
I mean, Tim, Danny, Steph. I mean, Peter, Corey. So, John, welcome back.
Thank you. I mean, you don't have to welcome me back. I'm here. And I'm here to stay.
Tony, what's new?
Well, I have a hangnail.
You do?
No, I'm just seeing what you
Give it up for
I know.
Tony.
I'm just trying to see what reaction I got.
Well, we're really excited. Tonight's going to be an awesome show because I've been waiting for this show for a while.
You have been.
I have. Obviously, it's like, oh, this guy's going to be on my show. Oh, this guy's going to be on my show. Oh, this guy's going to be on my show. And did you guys know that this... Wait for it. Guy is going to be on my show.
And we finally got him.
Yeah. So we'll get serious. So tonight we're here. This is C-Spot Talk, and it is the third episode of the transition to back to a marketing show, which I had been doing for years, and then I had a midlife crisis. So we're not going to revisit that again. Or actually a 10-year after midlife crisis, you know. This segment producer, she's agreeing with us.
She's saying
with
yes,
me.
it was a 10-year
Yeah.
after midlife. Okay, fine.
So tonight we are. First, I want to do a shout out to somebody who I love more than anything in the world, and it's not the segment producer. Okay, it is Mr. Blair Taylor. Can we have some applause for Blair Taylor? Thank you. Yes. And our guest that is here with us tonight is because my good friend, who I call my John. My Cassidy's John. Blair is my John.
Cassidy's our segment producer. Everyone,
Yes.
just so
Oh,
you know.
that's right. Cassidy's.
So
Yes.
it doesn't go very much farther than that.
So anyway, tonight we have a really great guest on, and I'm going to read his introduction, which I always screw up.
Do you need me to do
It's
it?
like my thing. Shall we pass? Hey, guest, will you pass this over to John so he can introduce you?
The orator.
Okay, here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, well, everybody welcome the handsome Brionne Davis. Did I say that right?
No, Brionne.
Brionne.
Brionne or
You
Brionne?
said it right.
I think I said it right.
Brionne?
Brionne.
Brionne?
Brionne Davis. Okay. Star of the Colombian film nominated for the Oscars in Best Foreign Language category, Embrace of the Serpent, which you can see the trailer for it online right now, and you had that at Sundance, I believe, which was directed by Ciro Guerra. Guerra. Brionne, star of Stage and Screen, which is you, my friend. You've been in movies like Avenged, Rest Stop 2, recently Train Nazi. I'll want to talk about that a little bit later. And Mark the Taper Forum. And the Mark Taper Forum and the heart-wrenching revival of
you.
Can I
Bent.
just do this? I played a train Nazi in Bent at the Mark Taper Forum.
I told you, right? I warned you. We screw up
And
every
recently,
intro.
the train Nazi at the Mark Taper Forum in the heart-wrenching revival of Bent by Martin Sherman and directed by Moises Kauffman. Okay? Moises.
It's okay. I'm international, so it's okay.
Okay,
There's
Move-
all-
Moises Kauffman.
Okay, so move that so that's
I'm-
in your mouth. So say
Like-
hello, Brionne.
like this.
Say hello.
Say hello to everybody.
Say
Hello,
hello.
hello,
Hello,
everybody.
buddy.
Hi. I don't. It's very. Here, I'll just.
Yeah.
I'll move
No,
to
wait,
the
wait,
pivot.
hold on. Okay, so let's make sure you're in. Okay.
I'm in.
Well, I'm not done yet.
Oh.
Okay, so he's also got the heck smacked out of him by Terry Donovan on Ray Donovan,
Donovan.
Oh, you
which is pretty
did?
cool.
Yeah.
It's
That's
pretty
my
cool.
favorite show.
Pretty cool claim.
He beat the shit out of you?
He beat the. Well, I started to beat, but then he said, "Can we?" I can't say.
Yeah,
he
you
beat
can.
the-
You can
he
say
beat-
whatever you want.
Yeah, he said, "Who's the ding, motherfucker? Who's the ding?"
Which episode was that?
Season 3,
I am
episode
like such
2.
a fan.
Oh,
Really?
good.
I played the Aryan Brotherhood guy who starts to pick on.
Nice. Right in your wheelhouse, right,
there.
Brionne?
Yeah. Somehow I get those guys.
Well, and apparently you've played some creepy, not so savory characters, but you're
yeah.
actually quite a fine, upstanding gentleman in real
Thank you.
life. So we
Thank
just
you.
want to make that clear to everybody, okay? He's an actor. It's not real.
It's not real. I'm not really mean. I can be.
Well, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you so much for having me. And yes, Blair Taylor.
I need that.
Wonderful
Yes,
man.
Blair. We love Blair. So
Oh.
Blair said to me, I posted something somewhere. I said, I'd love to. And Blair was the first one. He says, you have to have Brionne on the show. You have to have Brionne on the show. And I said, absolutely. And this is before Embrace of the Serpent was nominated.
Mm-hmm.
It was just buzz that it was going to be nominated for Best Foreign Language Film.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we have so much to talk about,
I'm
and
excited.
it goes really fast. So I do want to cut to the chase.
Okay.
Cut it.
Now, Embrace of the Serpent.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, first, these are a few questions that I have. Is this
Okay.
going to be your first time going to the Oscars?
Yes.
Are you really excited?
Yes.
Are you nervous?
Do you have a handler?
Do you have a handler?
I think there's a Chelsea coming with me. A Chelsea handler.
Chelsea handler.
Chelsea handler. No, she's not
How
coming.
does that all work? Do you?
I'm figuring it out. It's amazing how many people are coming around to support, and you need help. You need, and guiding me and helping me, and
Are they
and
giving
people
you
are
free
excited.
like a
and
tuxedo to wear? And who are
Like,
you,
who
who
are you
are
wearing?
I am being helped styled by Julie Kozak. She works with Extra. And Mario Lopez, she dresses him.
Yeah.
So yeah,
He always
she's
looks
amazing. I met her today, and we went through some stuff. And I highly recommend her to anyone that's kind of needing some
What, going to the
style.
Oscars?
Who's
Going
going
to the
to-
Oscars.
Who needs a stylist?
Anyone who's going to the Oscars.
I'm never gonna need her. So, there we
You never
go.
know.
Even as a handler.
You never know.
No, I know you never know. Well,
Shucks.
congratulations
Yeah, thank you.
on everything that's happening. So it's super exciting.
Yeah, thank you. It's amazing. About 7 years ago, I put it on my vision board that I wanted to be going to the Oscars by 2015, and
Look what you did.
I need to find that.
No,
in
you
my
shut up,
journaling.
segment producer.
It-
You don't have
it
a
happened.
microphone.
It happened. It's a true story.
That's incredible. When did you start acting?
When I was 9 years old, I did a show called Tom Sawyer, and I was Tom Sawyer, and I was painting the fence, and I was a community theater production in Paris, which is where I'm from. And the audience started
Paris,
laughing.
Texas.
Paris, Texas, yeah. Brionne Davis from Paris, Texas. And the audience started laughing, and I turned around, broke the fourth wall in my 9-year-old Brechtian way, and I just stared at them, and I smiled, and I shrugged, and I turned back around.
It
and
was
I
probably the
started paying
cutest little
defense.
thing ever.
I guess they started laughing, and I even more, and I just thought, okay, I just made a whole room of people laugh.
You
and I
entertained
can
them.
do that.
Yeah.
I made people feel something. Wow. So, now I play psychopaths.
Cool.
Do you-
Was that on your vision board too?
Not really. It just kind of happened.
What's your favorite character role to play, though? I mean, if you had your ultimate choice of a role.
I love anything I can think outside the box with. I don't think that was mine.
No, I know we're all going. Who is that? Is that
Usually the antagonist roles are a lot more fun because there's what the writer's given you, and then there's the world that you can, as long as you don't contradict the script, there's a whole world of options that you can play around with. I'll do anything, like stand on my head for a whole scene, or, you can eat Twizzlers instead of smoke cigarettes. There's a lot of things that you can do that are kind of push the rules
Right.
and boundaries. So
right? And they allow you to do that, like to develop the character on your own, as long as you're staying kind of in the parameters of what their vision is for the core of the character.
Yes, exactly. And most often, I've had the opportunity to work with some really great directors, and they're very open to taking on ideas. And if we're crunched for time, then we've got to get this scene done. But then if we've got a little extra time,
Yeah.
then we can play around with some stuff. So that's always fun. But yeah, I do a lot of work leading up so that I can come in with options for the director.
You kind of remind me a little bit, and I don't mean this. I hope you don't. I mean, I did. Actually, I think I was at lunch with Blair when I stuck my ass in Jason Statham's face. We were at like Club Petit Club
Really?
Med or something like that. That restaurant up there
Yeah.
on Sunset.
Oh, I go there all the
Petite.
time.
And I
Club Med.
swear, I think I was with Blair, and I go, I have to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. And I pushed my seat out, and I went like this. I went scooting by like this, and my butt went right in Jason Statham's. Is that how you say his
Statham.
name? Statham's, whatever.
his butt?
In his head.
In his head.
And he turned around, and I went, oh my God, that's like the enforcer or whatever he is, right? And I said, I am so sorry. I am
Mr.
so
Enforcer.
sorry. And he goes, no, this actually was quite lovely. So,
Oh, he's awesome. You can tell he's a cool guy too.
yeah, yeah.
He's not just a badass on TV
Yeah, you
or
kinda-
movies. He's
Yeah, you kind of remind me. I mean, of that.
You
Character.
have that. You guys
when
have
I do
similar
my when I
looks.
do my sidekicks, I look even more like him. Yeah.
yeah, in your roundhouses.
In my
of
roundhouses,
course,
yeah.
yeah.
And you're flying kimochis. I don't know. What do I know? So, the Oscars are coming up on March 7th.
No,
Is it-
February 20.
What?
Yeah, it's
It
the-
goes
at the
back
end
and
of this
forth
month.
between February and March. I feel
It's
like.
whatever that last Sunday is around toward the end of February.
It's
'Cause
the
so-
last on
No,
the
sometimes
awards
it's in
circuit,
March
right?
because
Yeah.
Is it the last show?
And I always thought it was around my birthday, which was in March.
Well, it's the last show on the awards circuit,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So whenever that weekend lies, I suppose. Is
And
when
we have
it
the
is.
Spirit Awards the right before that, so we're nominated for a Spirit Award as well.
Well, you just won. The movie just won at Sundance.
The Sloan Award,
The
yeah.
Sloan Award at
Hmm.
Sundance.
Science, yeah.
We're very good luck here. I think you're going to win for best foreign. I mean, so let's explain a little. No, I'm serious because I had on the guys in Driving While Black, which is an indie film, well before they went on the indie circuit, and they just won the North Wales Film Festival something or other, right? And so seriously, it's a good luck to be on this show.
It's a good show.
You know what? I think luck has followed me, so wherever it is, that's where I'm going.
That's right.
Well, then we'll be following you.
and I'm assuming that I was on your vision board at one point.
You must have been.
So
Must
okay.
have been.
So there you go.
Here we are.
You were on mine.
Because here we are.
All right, so let's cut to the chase. I want to know. There's a few things that I want to know about your trip to the Amazon, and for those listening. So, Embrace of the Serpent. It is a film shot in black and white. Can you explain a little bit about just
Which
the
I
essence
love that you
of
did
the
that, by the
film?
way.
Sure. I'll give you a brief synopsis of the film. It takes place in two periods of time, 1940s and then 1900s. There are two scientists that go to the Amazon seeking this sacred plant. I follow the footsteps of the scientist in the 1900s,
Yeah.
and then I come 40 years later. So in that period, we see how the Amazon has changed in that 40-year period. We were both guided by the same shaman guide, Karamakate, and Karamakate is now 40 years older with me. So it's really seen through the eyes of the indigenous, this shaman person, and it's the lessons are learned throughout by all the characters. We all have an arc, but finally at the end, I end up finding this sacred plant. There's an internal struggle of I'm there for the government to take specimens back for rubber, but my personal mission is to get this yacruna, make something we call kapi out of it, and so that I can have visions and dreams. And then
Sort of awaken the spirit in a sense.
yeah, my character is a very pragmatic character. He's very scientific. He even says that in the film. And in order to, he wants to know what it feels like to dream and have visions. And this yacruna plant is going to award him that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a very epic and mystical and magical. It's a phenomenal experience to see on film.
How did you? It's a shame that we can't see the film.
You will.
No, in February 17th it comes out, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It releases in New York February 17th, and then here on 19th, but then it's a theatrical release, so it'll be screening for however long.
If you
Right.
watch
Yeah.
the trailer on YouTube, you
Oh,
can
it's
just see how
amazing.
beautifully shot it is, and how. I mean, I imagine that you used a lot of the cast must have come regionally.
All of the characters that are played, all the extras and are all indigenous. Our two shamans, Karamakatis, are indigenous. Jan, who plays the other scientist, is from Belgium.
Yeah.
But every one of the indigenous characters is
Authentic.
Right.
Yeah. So it was amazing. I got to go into these villages and meet them and work with them and watch them and live with them and communicate with them. I speak 4 languages in the film. There's 9 languages in the film that are represented.
So cool.
One of the languages I spoke was English.
Just one.
And it was one line. And then
gosh.
I speak a language called Watoto, which is an ancient indigenous language. 70 people in the world speak that. My traveling companion...
71 now.
71, yo.
What's up?
That's right. That's right. I'll speak a little bit of it here in a minute. Yeah, so Karamakate, my Karamakate, who was the older version of Karamakate, is one of the most beautiful, light, energetic, loving people I've ever met. And then the younger one, Nilbio, was I don't know if I'm pointing at anything, but I just see them up there on the... Anyway, Nilbio is...
Well, no, we can bring... Tony, can we bring any of
that's
those pictures
Nilbio.
up?
That's
Okay, they're
there.
up. Okay, yeah.
So that's Nilbio. Just a majestic human being, and you can just see the power of his ancestry. It just exudes through him. It's pretty phenomenal. Nilbio was a farmer in Mitu, Colombia. No, outside of Mitu, Colombia, and has his family. And so his whole family were going to be extras in the film, and they tried to convince him to do it. And he said, "I'm only going to do it if I'm the star of the film." so it's Nilbio came on board. Antonio that you see there. There's me coming up behind him. That is one of the oldest rock formations in the world.
Why did Ciro decide to do it in black and white?
Very good question. My favorite answer that he gives is, there's a plethora of reasons, and once you see the film, I think you'll understand, is there's a contrast. There's no contrast now with the black and white between the human component and the natural component of the imagery.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no separation between us and nature, and a color would create this vast difference and
that's
set
interesting.
us
Yeah, I
apart.
like the black and white
Yeah,
because
I
it
do
really makes you
too.
focus on the story
Yeah.
and you you kind of feel what the
Yeah.
what the characters in the film are feeling more so than getting distracted by, oh, that's the color garments they would wear, or look at that pretty tree or pretty bird, or this, you know, it's
Right.
you're really able to focus in
Yeah.
and look at it as sort of you know, a rounded art piece.
And what it leaves you with is you're given more to your imagination. You can kind of imagine yourself being there.
It's kind of timeless feeling too.
Yeah, and that was another reason, because the story that we're telling, the images from those periods of time are all in sepia tones. So yeah.
So you didn't know what color it was.
Didn't know
No,
what
okay.
color.
You couldn't, yeah.
So John, is there a question? Do you have any specific questions for Brionne?
Well, I mean, I have some base. Yeah, I have some.
I have one.
I have. Okay, go ahead.
There's something.
Don't even ask me if I have a question.
I'm getting this intuitive like message. Something about bathroom.
Oh,
Something about getting
a bathroom,
chased
being
into.
chased into a
them?
bathroom.
Chased into the
Into a
bathroom.
Were you chased ever into
Well,
a bathroom?
there was a moment in the Hamptons. The Hamptons.
I think that's it. It's. Wait, I'm feeling it now.
Yeah,
What was the Hamptons?
and there was a
It was the
credit
Hamptons?
card. No credit cards.
Dine and dash.
Bank
no.
of no. There was, I'm getting a Baldwin.
Oh, was there a Baldwin?
There was
in
a
the bathroom?
Baldwin involved in the bath. Yes. So I was at the Hamptons, and the movie's kind of long, and so I always, if I'm watching it, I have to sit kind of toward the back, and because I know when I can run out and come back in to go pee. So they had set me in the Hamptons at one of the screenings. They set me really close to the front, and I was planning ahead, and I had to do a Q&A afterwards. So I planned ahead, and I thought, okay, as soon as it goes to black at the very end of the film, I'm going to run out, I'm going to use the restroom, and I'll be back in time for the Q&A.
Sure.
So I do that. I get to the bathroom, and I hear in the background, where is he? Where is he? Where is he? And I hear this voice yelling for where is he, and I assume that's probably me, and I think it's probably the
production
production
person,
people
yeah.
coming to find me. So in comes Alec Baldwin. I've just, thank God, finished peeing, and I'm washing my hands, and he comes around, he goes, you, and he started asking me all these questions, and I said, I'm about to do a Q&A. I'm about to do it. He's like, I don't have time to stay. But tell me the name of the song.
He needs to know this.
He has to know this. And it goes, okay, just one more question. Okay, what? And then I hear them calling, Brionne, you have to get in here. You have to get in here. And he goes, what was the name of the song that your character listened to in the film? Because he's a classical music
Nut.
buff, yes. And so I couldn't think. You know when your brain is
Oh, God,
divided?
all the time.
Because
All the
Alec
time.
Baldwin is like looking at
Yeah.
you right in the eyes.
Yeah, and you
And,
just finished pissing,
And you just finished, and
people
you're
are calling
trying to
your
wash
name
your
in the
hands.
theater,
Yeah. Yeah. So Alec Baldwin was staring me in the eyes, and you know, and I hear that, and I say, and he goes, I said, I'll email you or something, tweet you, and so he goes, go, because I couldn't think of what the song
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
But I emailed the director of the festival, and they sent it over to him, and then I tweeted him, and then he retweeted me, which was pretty awesome.
Oh, that's awesome. So,
Pretty
he's
awesome.
actually seeing my tweets because it always circles back to me. You
Circles.
know that.
Goes back.
It apparently does, doesn't it?
Oh, I'm so
Yeah.
happy.
Yeah, so me and Alec in the bathroom
Yes,
together.
you
It's
and
pretty awesome.
Alec in the
Yeah.
bathroom is lovely. So let's touch a little bit more on the Amazon, maybe.
You know, John, you can touch on whatever you want to touch on. It's your show.
You don't want me touching on everything I want to touch on, but no. But how long were you down there? How long was production, and how long were you living there?
How did
and
you
where
prepare
did you
for
live?
it?
Well,
And
sure,
how do you
did
know how to speak a Kochiochi language?
That
and
I
what
mean,
other?
there's so many questions.
Yes.
But my first question is, how long were you down there, and where did you live, and how did you live?
Okay, so I was down there for 2 months. I was down there for we shot the whole film in 7 weeks.
Okay.
I was down there 2 weeks before I started shooting, so I overlapped with my my co-star, Jan. They flew me to Bogota. The next morning, I wake up and I fly into Mattu. I get into Mattu, and it's
Are you just freaking out at this
very small-
point, or are you excited, or
There was a part of me that just let go. I've gotten really good at letting go. But flying down there, I thought I'm either gonna die while I'm here, I'm gonna fall off a cliff, I'm gonna get bitten by something.
That wasn't on your vision board, was it?
No. But sometimes things happen. You don't put them on your vision board.
That's true.
I did not put that. Falling off a cliff in the Amazon was not one
Vision
of the,
board comes up in every show I do. I swear to God.
Yeah?
That's why I think it's so
I
interesting.
think that's what people. I think it's so powerful.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have the most amazing time of my life.
Right.
I
and
think
come back changed.
and
right?
come back, changed-ish or through and
New
changing.
lens, yeah.
And I think that lens wasn't at all an overnight experience, but it certainly has, which I have a story on. But yeah, so they flew me into Matu. It was beautiful. I was scared, but then I get there and Christina, who's the producer, was greeting me with her son, and I felt very safe. Then they took me into this little restaurant area, and I had to lose about 8 more pounds within that 2 weeks. So I didn't know. They put this plate of rice, plantains, and
Did they shoot like backwards, so you had to be skinny and then you got healthy, or how did they do that? Because do you get skinny in the movie? Because we haven't seen the movie, so I don't know what happens to your character.
I weigh about 148 in the film, and I'm 157 right now.
Oh,
so,
okay.
But it was really easy because you
didn't want to eat anyway.
I didn't really want to eat that much. And you were sweating all the time. I didn't really drink while I was down there, and it was just
you're not
really
eating cheeseburgers. You're eating rice and plantains. So,
right, which is a lot of carbs
Yeah.
and this slab of meat. So I figured it out.
Yeah.
And lost the weight, but then, it was flying into the airport, which was very, very, very small, like something third world ish. The only way into Matu is by flying, or a 7-day boat ride. So we flew, and then they dropped me off. I had this meal. And then, then this guy. This is one of my favorite stories. So the crew and everybody's already there, already where we're gonna be shooting.
Yeah.
So which is 2 hours from Matu on this dirt road going in deeper into the Amazon. So I'm about to. I'm leaving, and I'm in this Jeep, and this guy comes over, and he's so nice, and he gets in, and I'm traveling with my friend Andres, who's the set photographer, and I get into this Jeep, and the gas tank is in between my legs, this plastic thing with a tube going around into wherever it ends up going to fuel the car. This Jeep's like 15, 20 years old. And then this guy gets in, he's smoking a cigarette.
Oh, Jesus.
And we're driving, and I don't want to be rude, but we're driving, and it's bumpy. And I said, do you mind not smoking the cigarette?
With the gas
What
tank in my
language?
gas
cross.
tank-
What language did you ask him that in?
I tried in Spanish, but it was my first day there, so my Spanish is about what it is now. And he laughed and he goes, when you die, you die. I'm like, no, not on the first day.
Not in America.
On the first day.
That's not
how
our
it works.
American, no.
No, that's not how we think.
That's not our American mentality.
I just really want to be in this movie.
I'm just trying to get my work
Just
done
give
and
me-
do something cool here.
Please get me through half the film.
Oh, my goodness.
So we're going on this, and he throws out the cigarette. So we're going on this dirt road 2 hours further into the Amazon, and we arrive at this electric lodge, or electric power plant built by the Russians. And it's on this very rapid part of the river. It's to provide energy for communities, I guess. But it's surrounded by these guards and machine guns and camouflage, and then we have our own personal.
Well, you're in
private
Colombia.
security.
I mean,
Right,
hello.
but you know
Yeah.
it's right now they're in peace, and it's a real and
it's
this
not so bad?
film, you guys,
Yeah.
has given the country, and there's a weight or a pain that I feel because it's such a humbling experience.
I bet.
to be a part of something, not only this film that's so beautiful, but to be a part of change in Colombia. Like the people have rallied around this film and rallied around this director, Ciro Guerra, who's a magician and a phenomenal human being. You know, to be a part of that it's mind blowing, you know? So yeah, it's just
I think it's super surreal. I mean, I can only imagine how you feel, you know, when the Oscars are a big deal. They're a big deal. They're like the end game for where you really want to go, right? Yeah. I mean, hello. Okay. So, you know, when you set out on a journey like that, especially in a film like Embrace of the Serpent, and it isn't your big bang budget, you know, film that there's got all this marketing and all this stuff. I think it really means something so much more and so much deeper for it to be acknowledged, right? There's something about that when there's a film that comes from the heart and comes from blood, sweat, tears, and it's so meaningful, and it's really telling this true story. It's a true story, right? It's educating people at the same time, but yet to even create that movie, you know, I create these stupid little commercials. I can imagine what it was like to have to go into the Amazon.
Well, just watching that trailer, I was thinking the same thing. Like, my goodness, what an undertaking. Yeah. I mean, not only as the actor, but just the production team and getting
and to keep it
together.
Real and authentic. You know, it's easy to say, I'm just going to ask this question. Did you have the tent with the Wi-Fi and all of, you know, how they do it when it's a big budget film. They want you to think that you're really on this little desert island and you're not. You know, you have all the luxuries of everything.
Exactly. All right, we got to take a quick break, but before we do that, I want to talk to Wendi a little bit and throw it to you, and let's talk about Direct Avenue, our new sponsor again.
Yeah, our new sponsor. So Direct Avenue is a media buying company, and they are our sponsors. Actually, Direct Avenue, Scott Kowalczyk, who is the CEO of Direct Avenue, they are a media buying and planning agency, and they are our sponsors. They've been sponsors over the years of my show, but they've come back now that C-Spot Talk is back to being a marketing show. And so if anybody is ever in the need of doing any, you know, it's like if you want to put a television commercial on the air and you just don't know how the heck do I do that, Direct Avenue are the people that you would call to do that. It's directavenue.com.
Any aspiring entrepreneur, it's a good kind of place to go and use as a resource.
Well, it's using it as a resource, but you have to have a television commercial that you want. So if you see these television commercials that are what we call direct response commercials, there is a true method to how we buy and plan that media. And we do it from Direct Avenue is so wonderful because it's a boutique agency, so they really are mindful of your money. They're mindful of how much money they're spending. They're very mindful of their performance, your performance of your television commercial, meaning, you know, for the money you put in, how much money you are actually gaining in revenue, driving sales, wherever it might be, you know, in your online
so
or
they're
whatever.
Actually trying to help their clients.
Well, absolutely. That's what they're all about. So they know how to do that. They've been doing it now. Scott used to work with a much larger, huge Havas agency, and he started his own agency probably about 8 years ago. And I know with C-Spot Run, my company, will only use Direct Avenue because of just, I would say, their integrity and their ability to provide great analytics and data and performance and great rates and great media planning. Their new logo is, their tagline is to expect more, and that's truly what they're all about. Is they're always going to give you more than probably any other media buying agency out there. So that's who everybody needs to call is Direct Avenue, or go to directavenue.com. You can call Scott direct. He's the owner. And he'll pick up the phone and talk to you directly. So there you go. So it's directavenue.com, and we thank them, for their
they're
support.
An amazing company, and we love their support. And we'll be right back with Brionne Davis.
Yes, because we're going to see the EasyGo Pro commercial right now. We'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
In an average lifetime, 1,500,000 100,000 minutes are spent on the toilet. So what's the problem?
When you sit on a toilet, you're at a 90-degree angle.
Nature didn't want us to do it that way.
This causes pushing, straining, hemorrhoids.
That's crazy.
We want to create a product that is great for humanity.
Well, go time just got easier. Introducing Easy Go Pro, the only way to go.
Anatomically, we were designed to eliminate at a 35-degree angle.
You just sit, lift, and go in a natural position.
The benefits list is this long from a pure health perspective.
A healthy colon is encouraged by doctors for all ages.
The key to vitality, it's the key to longevity, it's the key to your health.
Be a healthy goer. Order now at EasyGoPro.com. Try it for 70 days. If you don't absolutely feel better, just send it back for a full product refund. Go time just got healthier at Easy Go Pro.
Hey, everybody, we're back with C-Spot Talk, and we're here with Brionne Davis. He is in the film. Do I say starring in the film? You're co-starring because the other star, the other one that plays the other scientist.
Yun,
So do I say co-starring or do I say starring? I don't know the right protocol.
Starring because that's what they say, but we're all there's 4 stars of the
Stars
film.
of the film. Yeah.
So
you're starring. And it is not nominated for an Oscar for Best Foreign Film Language. Best Foreign Language film. So, Brionne, thank you for being here. And we want to touch on a few more things. I want to know, number one, was it hot and icky and where there's bugs and spiders and snakes and all that stuff? That's all I can think about when I hear Amazon.
It was hot, I guess, but you get used to it. After we came back from the electric power plant, we moved back into Mattu. We were at this really, really wonderful hotel, which is kind of a motel for us here, but it was a really nice place that was ran by this family, and they were absolutely wonderful, took wonderful care of us. And I had my own room with my AC unit, and I made out with the AC unit for a while.
I'm sure.
Which was, I had to.
But you didn't.
That.
You didn't.
No,
like,
everything's
go all the
fine.
way.
No.
I just illegitimate AC babies.
I think everybody would have been happy if we had more, but that wasn't the way to go about it. But yeah, so the insects there are crazy. The frogs there.
What was the craziest insect that you saw?
So Pedro, who is
creature.
Antonio's son, there's a picture of him with this beetle that's this big.
Oh Lord!
And it's got this
exoskeleton.
Big horn. Exoskeleton beetle, like prehistoric, but it was beautiful. It was. I can't do.
Are those called rhinoceros beetles?
Maybe
with the big.
They've got the big tusk thing.
Yeah. I think that might be what they are.
Beautiful and huge, and he's just letting it all crawl.
Oh.
And
but did he eat it afterwards?
Maybe, but I didn't.
Like
virility.
like a marshmallow.
For strength.
Over the fire, you hear it squeal. No, I'm sorry.
Like a lobster.
No.
Turn it on the right side a little more.
No.
Sorry.
So it wasn't that bad.
No.
Well, I was just my imagination flying.
No.
No snakes,
beetle.
but there's had to be a lot of snakes.
We saw 3
things like
snakes,
that.
but let me.
Three? That's it?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things there that I denied seeing.
I was going to say you didn't want to see.
Yeah. Don't look
but
too hard.
It was really safe. There was no piranhas. There was no crazy stuff, and I'm floating on this river in the middle of the Vops River for days. There's no not in this river. Because of the way the minerals are, the fish can't they can't survive necessarily in this part of the river. But people bathe in the river. It's beautiful. It's so beautiful. But these butterflies and moths. So the moths are about this big.
Okay, so for those of you that are listening, which is a good reason for you to watch this show on YouTube later, it is big.
It's about 9 inches.
9 inches.
That's a 9-inch moth, and that's not the good kind of 9-inch.
So this moth, it's beautiful, and it flies around. This is one of my favorite stories. So it flies around and it lands on my shoulder, then
Did it get like moth shit all over
Dust.
your
You
shoulder?
know?
Yeah.
Not that I know it,
No,
but I was
right.
covered in stuff anyway. It was nasty. My nails were about this anyway.
I'm sure it's the Amazon.
Yeah.
Come
'cause
on.
They
I
have
couldn't-
clippers
I
in the
couldn't clip my
Amazon.
nails. So the moth flew up around me, landed on my foot, and I walked with it for a ways. And my friend Andres,
Wow.
who's the acting coach, Andres Berrientos, who became a very good friend of mine, was walking with me, and he says, when a butterfly or moth land on you, it means you're going to go through a metamorphosis, a change.
Oh wow.
Yeah, there's one of them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ooh, you vey.
So
That's big.
yeah, and they're just beautiful.
Okay, so he said when one lands on you,
You're going to go through a
okay.
change, a
So
metamorphosis.
it's like an omen.
Yeah. So there's a place in the movie where at the end of shooting, and there's in the last we're doing B roll
B-roll.
for and Ciro has me go on one side of the river and walk across, and we found this grouping of butterflies. Looks like about 50 butterflies, and they're feeding off these minerals. And Ciro has me walk from there to the end or to the butterflies, and whenever I get to the butterflies, I'm supposed to stop. I know what's about to happen. So I get to I'm walking. I get to the butterflies, and they just fly up around me, and there's what feels like thousands, and I can feel them just fluttering around me, and I'm looking at the river and the mountains and the jungle and completely absorbing this for myself, and my character and just the majesty of it, and butterflies
It
around me.
sounds
Those big
this.
giant ones?
No, those are
That's the
that's a
moth.
moth. But these are those like these little
Like
yellow
the monarch.
yellow
Oh
butterflies.
my god, that must have been
Yeah.
beautiful.
Sounds
Yeah.
amazing.
So
And
you'll
is that in the movie?
You'll see it in the movie, but I'm not going to tell you where.
Yeah, I don't want any
I
spoilers.
can't wait to see
I
this
know,
movie.
Me
It's
too. It
making
looks
me
so
crazy.
gorgeous.
Yeah. It's so stunning. But and it could not have been. This team of people were so passionate. I challenge any Hollywood production to try to do what they did on
Yeah.
any kind of budget.
It
These
seems like
people
a
were
massive undertaking.
our AD Claudia, who is a woman, a badass woman. She's just on it. The DP. We had a steady cam guy, and then David, who was our DP, brilliant, and he's just phenomenal, and you'll see his work. And then Christina, the producer, was very passionate about it, and really, it was really her sticking it out and saying, it needs to be done. But climbing up, there's a mountain top where 7 or 8 of us climbed to the very top. It was very difficult to get to with a 35 millimeter camera. We're climbing all the way to the top of the mountain with this thing, and I get to the top of the mountain. There's images of the guy that Richard Evan Schultes, who I play, a variation of him in the film, and I get to the top of this mountain, and I just look out, and I see just the jungle and the green and the rivers forever. And there were 7 of us just to get that one shot.
Of you standing on top of the mountain
Yeah.
looking out.
Yeah, and the way it's cut, you can't tell, but it's that the other people didn't come up, but it was there. This is the oldest rock formation in the world. It proved the continental divide from Africa. So they used that the specimens from those rocks to
Oh my god, I
analyze.
cannot.
God,
I
know,
actually
I'm like
can't
getting
wait to
chills.
see this movie.
There's so
Yeah.
many layers to this movie.
It's got to win. I'm telling you. What was it like working with Ciro?
Oh, he's just a brilliant man. I love a director that has the power to understand that he doesn't have to control everything. And when you are doing a film like this, you can't. You have to, we were granted permission by the jungle to come in. A shaman had to pray for us to be accepted and blessed, and we were. And nobody got hurt. Nobody got injured.
Shamans are usually the ones that give you like I know Misty Cooper, who has the show at 6 p.m.
Yeah,
here.
I met them.
Yeah. That the first time I ever met Misty, it was about a little over a year ago, and she was telling me how she had that experience. She went to see, I think it was a shaman, and she did that.
Ayahuasca.
The
Oh,
ayahuasca.
yeah.
And she was telling me all about, what happened in her experience.
I really wanted to do that while I was down there, but I didn't.
Yeah.
No.
Didn't have
because-
the chance.
No, I really wanted to take care of myself.
Yeah.
You know, I really
Focus
wanted
on
to-
why you were there.
there were too many dangerous opportunities, so I just wanted to be really
because
careful.
it's full of like peyote or psychedelics or
Well,
whatever.
that's something you
something-
do
I mean, that's
as a
isn't that a
separate-
shaman thing where
It's a
they
shaman
have
thing,
the?
but it's something you do as like a separate trip with the intent of, okay, I'm prepping for weeks before I do this.
Yeah.
Mentally and physically.
Have
and
you ever done it, John?
nutritionally. No, but I want to.
I do
I
too.
want to.
Oh.
It's sometime in the next like 10
Let's
years.
go after this.
Yeah. You want to go to Peru?
Yeah.
I think there's a flight in a couple hours.
I
No, I
think
do. I
it's-
do
I
definitely
think
wanna
that
do
that
it.
would be so scary to do. After I heard, some people connect, and you have
Different
all of these
ways,
really different
sure.
experiences, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still a wuss. I'm old and a wuss.
I
Yeah,
think-
I just wouldn't do it. I'll smoke a little and do that, but I'm not drinking
See,
that
but this
stuff.
is different than that. This
No
is-
doubt.
yeah.
That's why.
But that's for a whole nother show. That's a whole nother topic. That's for a whole nother show.
So you loved working with the cast and crew.
Yeah, and
They were
Ciro was
awesome.
phenomenal. He he staffed it with a phenomenal group of people, and how I got the role was through his intuition and belief. I had been recommended for the role. I had done a movie called Avenged before, and that producer knew a producer on the film that had reached out to him, said who are actors that you've worked with that you would recommend that could handle this kind of environment and languages and all this stuff, and I was one of the people, and I look so much like the scientist
Yes.
that it just kind of worked out in my favor. Just magic.
Do you speak multiple languages in your daily regular life?
I don't know what they mean, but yeah.
Oh, okay. Whatever
Yeah.
that meant. So,
that means.
so you just say it. Just tell me, honey, what you want me to say, and I'll say it.
No, actually, I don't. I don't at all.
Because this language, I mean, and just in the trailer, there are certain bits where it's all subtitled, correct?
Yeah.
And it's not a whole lot of dialogue. I wouldn't assume. Seeing no one has really seen the movie here yet, right? But
Yeah.
it's not filled probably with dialogue, is it?
Not
or is it?
filled with dialogue, but when someone talks, it means something.
Yeah.
And the rest
Yeah.
is you really just feeling and connecting with the character and their experience. That's what I got. from it, at least.
There's a lot more dialogue than
than
I
you
think
think.
that you guys think.
Yeah.
There's quite a
I
bit
guess the
of
way the trailer
communication.
is, it doesn't really portray that. I once saw a movie with Nero. What's his name?
De Niro?
No, Nero. He's an Italian actor. Nero. His last name's Nero. I'll think of his name. But anyway, we went to this movie. It was a screening. It's an Italian movie, Italian Film Festival that was here, and we went to this movie not knowing anything. But and I was sitting like 2 seats away from him because he's a friend of my husband's, and it was called Angel something. or other. Franco Nero. Yeah, thank you. Franco Nero.
Nice
On
voice,
it.
Tony.
Yeah, Franco
Tony is
Nero.
on
And
it.
it was but we watched this whole movie, and you know that they did not utter one
The artist.
word. No.
The artist
No.
was a silent film,
It
though,
was,
wasn't it? I
and
never actually saw it.
Angel, something I could text Marino. He would tell me in a minute. This film was so powerful. It was only Franco Nero and one other actor, maybe two. No, it was all done through music, almost to the point where you wanted to freaking scream because the music took you to the point where you just wanted. But the story was so incredible. And so then after the film, right, we all walk out because nobody tells you there's no freaking talking in the movie when you go to see the movie because it's a right, it's a film festival.
Yeah.
And Franco's there, everybody's there, and you walk out and everybody was like, nobody knew what to say. Everybody, because it was, they didn't speak one word in the entire movie. There was no subtitles. In The Artist, there was subtitles, I think. There was some type of something going on. But this was just done with emotion and emotion of the eyes and this incredible story and the music.
So Michael
right?
Bay directed this one?
Awesome. Talking about Michael Bay, I saw that movie 13 and I thought it was a freaking awesome movie. That
Wait,
movie
what
was
movie?
awesome. 13 Hours.
Oh, 13 hours.
Oh, yeah.
Just a great movie.
Yeah, I was thinking 13, but that was from quite a few
No,
years.
Michael Bay, 13 Hours.
13
the one
Hours.
that's out now. I saw it by mistake and I loved every minute of it.
Did you see it by
Weird.
mistake?
Freaking weird.
Like
you
I
want to
speak
know?
multiple
Do
languages
you
that
want
I
to
don't
know?
know.
She's
I go to the movies, so it's a Sunday afternoon, And I go, I'm just gonna go to the movies.
You're just gonna.
I'm gonna go
indulge.
see Spotlight like that. And I'm
Oh, yeah.
on the phone with my friend Randall Battenkoff. I don't know if you know him. He's an actor. And I'm on my phone with Randall, and he's going, Cooper, what are you doing? What are you doing? I'm just shut up. I'm going to the movies. What do you want? What do you want? Right? And I'm trying to get this movie. I want to see Spotlight. And he's going, oh, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. I'm going, I know. I want to
I'm
go
trying
see
to
it,
fucking
but
get
I'm
there.
late. Let me go see it. Right? And I get there. I pay the ticket. I get in. I sit down. I'm a little late. I sit down. I look up, and I went, I already saw this movie. I swear to God.
My God, Wendy.
God.
Hasn't it been out for like 2 weeks?
I already saw them. I go see movies right away, so I already saw the movie, and I thought, well, now what am I going to do? So I went in the movie next to it, and it was 13 hours. So there you go.
That's awesome.
How can you do that though? I was so embarrassed.
It sounds like something I would do for sure.
It was that good. But the funny thing was Randall was saying, it's so good, it's so good, it's so good. Well, if it was so good, I would have remembered I
Right.
saw it, right?
Yeah.
You know.
It looks good. Darn
It is good. It's a good
It's
movie.
pretty good. It's
Yeah.
different, but it was pretty good. So what's up
So
next
tell
for
us,
you?
well, tell us about your cast and everybody that helped put this all together and made it what it was, and the crew and the production.
He
team
already did. He already talked
We were
about that.
talking
Yeah,
about
they were
that was it?
amazing.
Yeah.
They were
Okay,
really
good.
phenomenal
Yeah,
human beings.
but I want to know what's up next for you. You got anything except for the Oscars?
Lots of doors are opening. I feel like I have no attachment to. From the moment we said we got into Cannes until now, and probably forever in my life, I have no attachment to anything. So, I've got a lot of meetings. I'm meeting with people. I've got options, and so
That's
so
exciting,
we'll see.
isn't it?
Yeah.
All it's like that. Is that when they call it really your breakout role or whatever? Is when you? I know. It's a weird thing to say, but it's like the one role that puts you over the edge into a different realm.
It could be. It could
into
be.
a different realm.
But you know what? I've said this before, but I've had a lot of breakout roles. But it just takes the right person. And you could put this back to me doing True West off Broadway in New York, because that person knew this person who ended up when I ended up moving here, I ended up at some point doing Avenged, and that producer's the one that, so that could have been my.
That's the 6
you know what I
degrees
mean?
of separation.
That's
thing,
how
right?
it works,
Yeah.
and you just have to go with it, and you have to go for the ride. And it just happens, the right person. I just see the film and go, I appreciate this, and I
absolutely.
appreciate your work in this, and
You get bigger nods though when it's in an Oscar film.
yes,
you know that.
Yes, no,
You know.
100%.
Because you can
100%.
always put that, he was in that film that was nominated for the best foreign film, and then they won.
Yeah.
They won. They
Yeah.
won.
Right.
Right.
And
I
then
mean,
all of a sudden
that's
you're
clout.
an Oscar winner.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which
No, yeah.
does affect the rest of your business and your work
Well, I
life.
think it's fantastic, and I cannot wait to.
I cannot wait to see this.
Well,
I
it's
can't
not
wait to
that-
have
I
you.
can't wait to see the. Yeah, can we all go together?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Oh my God,
It'd be
me,
great.
you, Blair.
Yeah.
Can we all go together?
Well,
And John,
I have
and
a
John,
feeling.
and all of us.
And Cassidy,
All of
Cassidy and
us.
Tony can go.
I'm not saying that
Hello.
just me and Brionne and Blair. And that's not what I'm saying. All of us go together. I want to
I
see
would
this
love
film, but it would
that.
be fun to have like a big, massive group of people go to see the film.
Well, I think I don't know what's planned for the 19th. I just know that we're releasing here, and then after that, the screenings. I'm sure. I'm just gonna.
Do they
just
have like a
sell out
release
the-
party and all of that stuff? I mean,
they haven't told me exactly. Yes, but I think that's probably what's gonna happen.
Well, it should.
She's
It's-
expecting her invite in the mail
Yeah.
any day now.
Aw,
Hey, I hope I get invited.
I was gonna say, you never know. I might get invited and you might not.
Right?
so.
It's true. It's true. I could be your +1.
Did you get your Oscar invite in the mail? Or do they, like, call
No, that
you
goes
and-
to the production.
Okay.
So that's
just an
and
envelope, and
I
you're
I
like,
did get the email today that I get to go. So yeah.
Are you gonna bring your mom?
No, because I can't bring. They only allow a certain amount of tickets
Yeah.
for productions, and so they were only given allotted certain amount of tickets. So, there's I guess there's ways that you can get to go.
No, I
but
don't think
know.
so. I think that
you have
it's
to be
very
invited.
strict.
I
You
think
have
it's
to-
pretty strict. Yeah.
There's only so many seats because they have to plan so many things. It's a big event, so they
Yeah.
do have to plan a lot of things, and they have to know how many seat warmers and then how many empty seats. But I do want to
Right.
know: did you get a goodie bag from one of those?
A goodie
those,
bag.
Those bags that
Oh,
you
the
get.
gifting
Those
suites
gifting
thing.
suites.
Can
From
well,
Sunday.
I've got one of those. I've got one of those coming up soon. here in LA, but the best one that I've been to was at Cannes. It was actually the first one like that I've ever been to, and they walk you in, and they just I've got this pillow of this dog, and there's face stuff.
Oh, wait a
and
minute! I think you have a new dog, don't
Oh
you?
yeah, Mambe.
That's his full name.
Mambe. So Mambe is a drug that I took in. It's not really a drug. I can't say that. It's
like an
it's a
herb.
very
Special
special. Thank you. Ancient
concoction.
herb concoction that they've considered sacred for
Is this
centuries.
what your character's on his search for?
No, this is something. They call it coca. And
Okay, yeah.
so it's from the coca leaf, but they do this stuff on the shelves. It's not bastardized, and it's really
it's real.
Can I just say it's really unfortunate? It's really unfortunate
Because
because
it really
this
makes
is
you feel
better
good.
for you than caffeine, and what it does is it staves off hunger, or it gives you a little bit more energy, but you see clearly, like everything is.
Yeah, no, I had a big experience with
It's
it in
not-
Peru. No, it helps with your digestion,
Helps
with
with your
elevation
digestion.
adjustion.
Elevation adjusted.
A lot of
It's
things.
not. It's
Yeah.
not, and it's really unfair
everywhere.
that cocaine has given it such a bad name. It's
Yeah.
just not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You chew on the
it's so
leaves, or
It's
you
herbal.
drink the tea. You don't get high.
So,
Right.
so it doesn't have all the shit that they put in Coke.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's not chemically broken down and refined.
Yeah, meaning baby powder and
Yeah.
all of that stuff.
Sure.
That's what burns the nose. Just ask me.
Is it?
I know.
Is it?
No, I don't know.
Yeah. So I named my dog Mambe.
So what did Mumbai do to you? Not the dog. The herb. What did Mumbai ever do to you?
It just
What are the
it's
effects?
really clear, focused. I have ADD out the, but with this I'm very focused, and just everything's sharper. Like the edges are sharper and the colors are sharper, and it's just you know.
Did you bring any home with you?
I wanted to, but I would have gotten arrested. and
yeah.
Oh my
You
god.
can't bring.
You can't
only
even
FedEx.
bring an
Hey,
apple
I
home
sent
with
pot
you.
into the ATF building. You can send some Mombi
You
home
can
here.
listen to that 3 shows ago, ladies and gentlemen.
Coca-Cola. They're the only ones that can bring. and
Mambe
they have
in?
to, well,
Yeah.
Coca leaf.
Well, we need
shame.
to wrap it up,
have-
John.
oh,
I just
no.
have to remind John of something. We are on a time frame here. You know, we just don't keep talking.
Wendy, you know I'm the one that keeps us on the schedule here. And you don't need to remind me. But Brionne, you've been absolutely amazing to talk
Oh, you guys
to.
are awesome. I loved this.
Your energy's great. Your
Thank you.
stories have been cool. I can't wait to talk more about
Yeah,
all these
there's a
stories
ton of
because
stuff.
I can tell there's a lot more.
Yeah.
I want to hear what it's going to be like after you win the Oscar, and then what the Oscar party's like, and all that good stuff, because that's exciting. You have to admit that's kind of like the coolest thing about what's
Well,
happening
that's your
right
opportunity
now.
to schmooze and wheel and deal and make some.
Yeah, we're going to watch
connections
you go
and
down
meet
the
some
red
people.
carpet, and
Yeah.
I hope they do stop you and say, "What are you wearing?"
Well, you know, in order to
Brony.
do that, you have
Brony.
to have a publicist, and I don't have one of those.
Yeah, you have to do
so-
all that stuff. Well, that's what he does. He's a pub.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get
It's
me on the
fun.
red
That little
carpet.
boy over there.
It's fun.
Yeah. Yep.
No, I don't do that anymore.
So,
Sorry.
so let's see. I think Tony
Well-
Baloney. We got to wrap it up, right?
Okay, so
it's 9 o'clock. We're 10 minutes over.
Embrace
John.
the serpent. Embrace the serpent.
Embrace of
Of
the
the-
serpent.
Embrace of the serpent.
El
That's
abrazo
right.
de la serpiente.
Yeah,
Abrazo de la
and
serpiente.
it's it'll be out February 17th,
I know.
18th, 19th,
17th in New York and 19th in LA,
and LA.
and then and then statewide.
Which is
But
great.
check out the
Which is
trailer on
great.
YouTube because you'll
Yeah.
all see what we're talking about. It's
And watch the-
beautiful,
watch-
and you'll be moved just by the trailer.
Right. So everybody that is listening or watching right now, you'll also be able to catch our show on YouTube. All you have to really do, I really don't know what our YouTube channel is called because I've changed it so many times. And I started it so long ago. So all you have to do is type in Wendy Cooper C-Spot Talk or Wendy Cooper, and we
Or
have
go
like
to
70 or 80
C-Spot
shows
Talk
on it.
on Facebook too, and we'll make all the links through
and
Facebook.
we'll post the show there. But we also have the show on iTunes, so at any time it can be downloaded from iTunes or listened to as a podcast, which is my favorite way to listen to myself, and
Without having to see yourself.
without having to see
Yeah.
myself. I know it's a little weird.
It's not the
but
it's
you
not the
know
most
what
fun
it
part.
is. Yeah.
I mean, you're used to that.
Yeah.
You like
Yeah,
being
you
in front of
know.
the camera.
Yeah.
you don't mind.
But anyway, we do need to wrap it up.
Okay.
We have gone a little bit over from the kindness of the generous heart of Tony Sweet.
Thank you, Mr.
Tony
Sweet.
And Brionne, good luck
Thank you very
Good
much.
luck.
Yeah.
Really,
Well, we
congratulations.
say break a leg. And thank you so much for coming
Break a
in.
leg.
No, thank you for
been a
having
blast
me. No,
with
thank,
you.
wow.
Yeah, that was
that was
really
loud.
loud.
That was awesome.
That's a lot of fanfare.
So
We got a big
anyway,
audience here.
I want to thank our sponsors, Direct Avenue. You can get a hold of them at directavenue.com, and you can get a hold of me anytime you want.
Mm-hmm.
Just make it naked.
Just make it
All right, we gotta
inappropriate.
go. We gotta go. Thank you, everybody, for listening, and thank you,
Thank you,
Brionne, for
Brionne.
being here. And
No,
good
thank
luck.
you.
Really
See
good
you
luck.
next week,
All
Wednesday.
right, bye, John.
Wednesday.
Bye,
Wendy. Bye.